The greatest of all time, what does it mean to be a GOAT? There's a plethora of people with this title in society, and obviously they're categorized by different sports or situation. There's the GOAT of basketball, there's the GOAT of ice hockey, there's the GOAT of hot dog eating, there's the GOAT of whatever the hell this is. It's probably this guy. And there's the GOAT of football. Well, a few. I mean, it kind of depends on who you ask and what you're talking about, obviously. I mean, the 11-year-olds will say that C.J. Stroud is the GOAT. The old heads will say Joe Montana. And delusional Cowboy fans will say Dak Prescott. But the real fans of football, the people that know what they're actually talking about, those people, the ones that wake up every day thinking and dreaming about that brown ball that they love to toss around, people that really know what they're saying know without a shadow of a doubt, 100%, the GOAT of football is easily Jay Cutler.
Look at this dog, bro. He was really like that. Helmet drop, no prob. All pro first team or on this man. This clip is insanely hard. Talk your shit, cut.
Other than Jay Cutler, there's plenty of other considerations for the GOAT of football. But again, I think it's important to take into question what kind of GOAT are we talking about? Are we just talking about accomplishments in football? Well, obviously, it's clearly Brady then. He's easily the most accomplished, most rings, best stats, best jawline that seemingly transforms itself over time. He's even reached the official GOAT status where he does weird shit like make out with his own kids and no one even says anything about it. But when we're talking about pure quarterback ability and talent, just what you do as a quarterback while on the field, I think there's a couple other names that come into that debate. For me, for a very long time, I've always considered Aaron Rodgers to be the most talented and gifted quarterback of the game. Obviously, he doesn't have as many rings or near the accomplishments as Brady or anything, but just when it comes to pure quarterback ability, I think Aaron Rodgers had it all, and he's a little bit older now. We'll see how the season goes, but in general, that's been him up until Patrick Mahomes entered the league. Now, I had Mahomes in a tier of his own when I made a tier list a little while back. I just made a Mahomes tier, stuck him in there, and then ranked everyone else. I didn't see a need of arguing about, where Mahomes should go. To me, he's the best quarterback in the NFL right now. After I did that, I was put in a position to take into consideration why I did simply just throw him in there without thinking about it. It's a good question. Is Mahomes really all that and a strawberry shake it off? Like the Taylor Swift song. I think he is. Listen, let's break down what makes Mahomes so good and why this season has proved that. So a lot of people point to Mahomes and say that his stats this season drag him down because they just weren't very good in comparison to other years and comparing to the other quarterbacks in the league. So that's one way to start. He had 14 interceptions this year. That's a lot. Everything else, stat-wise, was just okay. He didn't blow up the stat sheet. I get it. The other aspect that people point to for Mahomes for this season is that his defense carried him and carried the team and everything. First of all, with the stats, I'm not a huge stat guy to begin with, so if you want to bring stats to me, I'm probably not going to care too much unless it's really specific and viable to what we're talking about. I mean, listen, stats have a place in sports. They have a place in sports media and an importance, but I don't think that's the end-all be-all, and I don't think they're nearly as important as people lead them on to be. I'm just not a stat guy. They don't tell the whole story. They're valuable and paint a general light, but there's way too much missing from the box score to really know the quality of a quarterback or really any position for that matter. Throughout this season, we saw Mahomes and his receivers have tons of issues, tons of drops, miscommunications, mainly drops. There's a lot of dropping going on. Kadarius Toney was betting the over on how many balls he would drop. We need to check his underdog fantasy account because I 100% bet he was betting against himself. That was crazy this year. He did not want to catch balls from Mahomes. Also, in terms of the offense and how they were meshing together with Mahomes, the offensive line wasn't particularly stellar this year either. I mean, we had that weird crap going on with Jawan Taylor for a while also, where he just showed that not every football really knows how the game works 100%. You know what I mean? That was weird. That was a weird situation. He was jumping every play, dude. Every play you're jumping off sides. Also, Travis Kelce was out for a good amount of this season, so Mahomes and the offense was honestly pretty gutted this season, so I'm surprised that they were able to win the way they were with the offense they had. And to me, that's where I look at Mahomes and say, yeah, I know he had 14 interceptions, but like no one else would have made it anywhere near the Super Bowl with the offense that he had this season, and he won the Super Bowl. So that's one of the things that he elevates. And, like I said, people also point out how good the defense was and that the defense carried him. I don't really know what to say to that. That's just kind of stupid football jargon in my opinion. I see sometimes stuff like that happens for sure, but it's not like he plays on defense, and it's not like he can like control what happens on defense at all. So it doesn't really seem fair to like really peg him down for that. Do whatever you want, but again, like I said, I'm this way most of the time with everything. I don't usually say things like the defense carried the quarterback, and I don't usually say things like his stats were bad, so he's bad or whatever. I'm more focused on the minute details and the inner working of the game. Yeah, he threw 14 interceptions, Mahomes did, but he also makes incredible play after incredible play, and he won the Super Bowl because he put the offense on his back and did it. So that's how I feel about that. Now on to kind of the final aspect of this Mahomes talk. Why are Mahomes' abilities as a quarterback so good? What does make him so good? What is that thing that I'm talking about? I've been trying to find the right word or the right wording to come up with what it is that Mahomes has that makes him so good, and I think this is the best way I can put it. To put it simply, what Mahomes does that makes him so special is he has mastered winning. This is one of the reasons I don't care about stats. If you win the Super Bowl but threw 100 interceptions, I don't care. You won the Super Bowl. Mahomes has gotten to this level with winning football games in big moments, in late season, in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, where he just mastered the game of winning. He's the best situational quarterback, like currently right now. I'm not going to say all time for that. But just in terms of how he puts himself and his team forward to win games and win in big moments, that's something that you can't teach, and that's something he's mastered. Not just like has a sparkle of. He's the best at that right now. No one competes with him when it comes to winning. I don't know what like stat that is on Madden or like what you really correlate that to. I guess he's just got that dog in him. There's an important distinction here to make though, because I don't believe that wins are a quarterback stat. A lot of times people will point to a quarterback and show how many wins they have and say they're good or bad based off the amount of wins they have. I don't think wins are a quarterback stat. It's a team game. That sounds counterintuitive with what I just said about Mahomes winning and why that makes him so good, but there's a distinction there. I'm not pointing to Mahomes' career wins as a representation as to why he's good, and I wouldn't really do that with anyone else. It's not necessarily about the games won, it's about his ability to win games, which naturally wins comes with that, or else we wouldn't be talking about it. So just to be clear, I'm not saying just because he won the Super Bowl he's the best quarterback, but also because he won the Super Bowl this season, I'm kind of saying he's the best quarterback. That doesn't make any sense, and everyone's gonna be mad at me for that. It was the will and the ability this season that he had, and that intangible, whatever you want to call it, ability to win football games, which is why he's so good, which is why I see him as the best quarterback right now. And like I said, the Super Bowl and the wins just comes with that. And then when you look at like every other aspect of him as a quarterback, the arm talent, post-snap recognition, pocket presence, situational awareness, like I was saying earlier, accuracy, arm strength, playmaking, he literally has it all, so there's nothing to debate there. So with that being said, I'm going to do a GOAT tier list of every GOAT for everything and see what happens. Alright, you already know what it is. This is a tier list. We're doing a tier list. We got a GOAT tier list. Let me explain the tiers for you right now. We got small balls. That's your tennis. That's your baseball. That's your any other thing that has little tiny balls. Then we have medium balls. That's your footballs and soccer balls probably. Then we have hot dogs. Joey Chestnut. Water. Swimming probably. Punching people. That's your boxing and your fighting and that stuff. And also ratchet white girls that get drunk at parties. Water again. Cold. That's hockey. Heavy things. Lifting stuff. and moving heavy stuff. And I don't know who this is because I don't know everyone on the planet. Okay, let's get going. For medium balls, we're going to stick MJ up. Probably at the top. I don't know. I like MJ a lot. Michael Phelps, bro's kind of a fish a little bit. It's pretty weird. I'll make him the number 1 spot in water, but I'm thinking about moving him to the cold zone. He doesn't play hockey, but I don't know, man. He just kind of freaks me out a little bit. There's something about him that's a little bit alien I don't really rock with. Don't know who that is. Tom Brady. Hold on. That's better. Serena Williams. She's going to be at the top of small balls. She probably has some. Don't know who this is. It's probably something stupid I don't really care about. So we're just going to... Actually, I'm not going to put him in the I don't know who this is section. I'm going to put him in the Kids and Kids section. Tiger. Ooh, I got another tier I could add here. Let's go. My goat. And then we have Mr. Motorcycle himself. This is actually G.I. Joe, I'm pretty sure. We're going to put him in heavy things because I don't have a speed category in here. So that's going to just be the heaviness of his motorcycle. And then we got more. Why don't I have... There's 3 people that are fast. Why don't I have a fast section? We'll figure it out. There's Marlboro behind him. So we're going to stick him also in the throat section. Okay. Messi. He's just the GOAT overall. I mean, shit. Muhammad Ali. Punching people. Boom. He's the best at that. And then I think this guy lifts heavy things probably. So we'll put him there too. Water again, but it's cold. I think Gretzky's got to be over him if he's in the cold water section, the hockey section. Am I right? We got our girl Simone. She doesn't kiss kids. I'll just make her own section. That's fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and that's gonna do it for the GOAT tier list. I didn't get Mahomes in here, but I already talked about him anyways, so I think that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.